Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome back to the channel. Today I am talking about Donny Cates' run on Guardians of the Galaxy. So I just caught up with it, the last 4 or 5 issues. It's taken me a while to get around to reading them. And I have to say, those last 5 issues had me kind of choked up a little bit. But overall, this whole run was fantastic. It was so good. And I don't know what Donny Cates is going to do going forward, but if this is the way he kind of bows out from Cosmic Marvel, this was this was sort of perfect. It really was. Obviously, it starts off with Thanos. Thanos is dead, and the Guardians and everyone from sort of Cosmic Marvel attend his funeral, and you sort of progress from there for 2 6-issue arcs plus an annual in between, I believe. And the last arc was just fantastic. It really was. It brings back Rocket into it. It brings back like the Guardians team that kind of everyone knows at the moment because of the films, and the way it ends sets up a sort of a new beginning, and it's done really well. So I am very interested to read Al Ewing's Guardians of the Galaxy to see what he does going forward. But in terms of Donny Cates' run, really good stuff. I don't want to ruin too much about it. Star-Lord's dad comes back into it. You've got Magus back. You've got the traditional. I say the traditional. The team is in it as well, but it ties in a really fantastic way. It ties in. Obviously, you've got the Cosmic Ghost Rider stuff. You've got the Silver Surfer Black, the stuff that Donny Cates has been writing over the last sort of couple of months, or maybe sort of better part of the year. And it brings that all together, especially in the last issue, where it's, I don't want to say too much, but it's Rocket versus everyone, and it's a really heartbreaking story, and it's a really heartbreaking arc with Rocket. There is something I would tweak a little bit with Rocket. I will go into spoilers now, actually. Then, so if no one minds, obviously switch off, read it, come back, and I don't want to spoil too much, but let me get the cover. I think it was issue 10. I think. Oh, I've got it behind me, haven't I? Got it behind me. Issue 10. This, I think, was one of the best covers of the run, to be honest. And yeah, so it says, "Here lies Rocket. He is dying. He's very frail, and I think it's end of issue 10 or end of issue 11. He is kind of left for dead, and then it's 12 where it's his last little bit, and he just goes at everyone, and it's really fantastic." The bit that I found slightly disappointing, I'm not going to show the panels, but big spoiler here. The very end of everything, after everything is wrapped up, he is alive, and it's said he's going to make a full recovery. Now, the fact that for the last sort of 4 issues it's been built up, he is dying. He's dying. He cannot survive. He's built himself a suit. He cannot survive outside the suit. And it had me choked up. It really did. That the emotion going through Peter, the emotion going through Groot, the emotion going through everyone towards Rocket, even Moondragon, and it felt like a bit of a slap in the face at the end. So I think that is the only slight downfall of this series. Other than that, this series was fantastic. Now, if I have just spoiled it for you, I would still recommend going to read it if you haven't already. I cannot recommend it enough. You don't necessarily need to read Silver Surfer Black and Cosmic Ghost Rider. I would definitely suggest them, just because it brings something else into it. Because Silver Surfer Black does spin out of issue 1, I believe it is. Cosmic Ghost Rider is kind of part of what Donny Cates had set up anyway, with like beginning with his sort of Thanos run. ending with Guardians of the Galaxy. Like I said, if this is the end for him. But give them a read if you want to be a sort of completionist of the Guardians of the Galaxy run for Donny Cates. If not, the Guardians run by itself is still very, very good. I don't necessarily need to read them. I am looking forward to seeing what he does. I don't necessarily agree with everything he says on Twitter, but I'm not going to get into that here. But I'm looking forward to see where he goes from here. I think there's a place for him at Marvel with the cosmic stuff. I do think he is probably the best person I've seen. If anyone disagrees with me, feel free to let me know in the comments, but I think he is the best person to do Cosmic Marvel since someone like Jim Starlin. And I cannot think of anyone better going forward with Cosmic Marvel. So I'm curious to know what his role is going to be at Marvel going forward. But have you guys read the Donny Cates run? I have to say the Donny Cates run, it's the 12 issues plus the annual, because obviously we've got a lot of Guardians runs as it is, but I do think this is probably one of the best that I've read. If you have read it, let me know what you think down in the comments. If you haven't read it, again, let me know if you're going to read it. Whether I've spoiled it too much for you, whether you're not too sure about it now. And please, as always, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. It really, really does help me out. And I will see you in the next video.